I've learned so much about technology in this last 5 months. Can you guys believe it? It's been 5 months on the 13th, which is this week sometime. Okay, so comfortable cross-legged seat. Sit up tall. Ground down. This is really nice. So many firsts for me today. I've never taught in an outdoor setting like this. And again, it's been 5 months since I've taught before a live group, besides maybe a few of my family members. I've never taught a live class that's been filmed at the same time. What else? I've never taught with one of these funky AirPods in my ear. I only got this so I could listen to my books in the house without bugging my husband and daughter. So lots of new stuff. And I think that's kind of a general, I don't know if symbol is the right word, but of this time period, right? It's like forcing us to try some new things that are maybe out of our comfort zone, but we're doing it. We're all doing good. So start to breathe a little deeper. And just as you settle in, try to visualize your breath, just moving up and down your spine. Nothing forced, just let it be smooth and even. And let whatever's touching the earth feel more grounded, rooted. And then lengthen, feel lighter from there, a little taller. Right. Notice if you sit a little forward, are you someone who like presses their chest forward and arches their back? Or do you kind of slump back and round into your seat? Can you find that nice middle ground where your ears are over your shoulders are over your hips? On your next inhale, stretch your arms straight out to the sides. Turn your palms to face up. Just hang here for a moment, just really lengthening out through the fingers, letting the shoulders soften back and down, but at the same time, drawing the front ribs back, growing taller. And then inhale, reach your arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. And again, inhale, big reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart, and this time gently tip your chin towards your chest, and just take a moment, again, maybe to set an intention. Maybe you focus in on one of those things, one of those new things you've tried, or a new feeling you've experienced during this time. And then release your hands back down onto your thighs. Lift your chin, blink your eyes open. So nice. I'm telling you, I'll probably say this 10 times, but to see real faces looking back at me, and not that your Zoom faces aren't real, but you know what I mean. Okay, take your right hand out to the right, lift your left arm up and stretch it up and over. So I'm gonna say the side that I'm doing because it's what I've gotten used to and for Zoom, but yeah, in the classroom I would normally mirror you. So again, this is a little bit weird. Inhale, come up through center, and exhale, take it to the other side. I'm out of practice with the mirroring, so hopefully we all know what's left and what's right. Reach long, root down through your right sit bone, draw your belly back, get a big long stretch. And inhale, come up through center, and switch the cross of your legs. So just to kind of switch it up on the hips. One seat is usually the one we go to first and always seems more comfortable. And then crawl forward. Stay up on your fingertips so your forearms are still a little lifted, your elbows are lifted. And press forward through your fingers and back through your sit bones. And then crawl your fingers over to the right. Again, just really rooting the left hip back and down now so you get the stretch down your left side. And then crawl through center and over to your left. Sink your right hip back and down. Reach longer from the right hip up through the right fingers. Lift the left side of your rib cage slightly. And then crawl back to center. Come up to seated. One more little stretch here. We're gonna bring your feet out in front of you. So soles of the feet down, knees bent. And we'll take a seated figure 4. So taking your right ankle, cross it up on top of your left knee. And then scoot your butt in as close as you need to feel a stretch. So kind of like when we do thread the needle initially on our back, same idea, pressing the outside of the right knee forward, sitting up tall, shoulders back. You can close your eyes. We'll just sit for a couple breaths. Nice, you guys. Just let it feel good. Those poor hips. We've been sitting. Oh, I don't know. I've been sitting more than normal. Take one more inhale and exhale. Switch. Now I just have to figure out how to play the music too, and we'll be triple threat. Sit up tall, shoulders back. I know, right? You don't think there's any leaves on your mat, and then you look over and there's like stuff dropping from the trees. Is there something going on that I don't see behind me? One more inhale and exhale, release, and then come to all fours. Oh, now I'm on a slope. Okay, spread your fingers wide, have your wrist creases on the same line, shoulders over wrists, knees under hips, and we'll take some cat-cows. So inhaling here, arch your spine, let it feel good, and exhale, round in. Inhale, shoulders back, tailbone lifts, and exhale, round in. And let me know if, for you guys out there in front of me, if I'm like talking too loud or not loud enough. It's weird when you have one ear plugged. So let me know, round in. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And then come back to neutral. Bring your shoulders back over your wrists if they moved. Tuck your toes, and then we're just gonna hover our knees off the mat a couple inches. So pressing into the mat, keeping your arms strong and straight, lift your knees. Really draw your belly button in, feel your tailbone draw down slightly. Stay here, keep squeezing thumb to thumb. Hover for 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Lift those hips all the way up and back. And then take your feet as wide as your mat for this first down dog. So you don't have to step onto the yucky grass, just onto the edges of your mat. Really press your hips up and back. Press out through the fingers. Send your heels back. They don't have to touch, but they're moving that direction. And try to really lift the back of the thigh bones up, the belly in. So separating the feet like this just gives your back a little more space in the stretch. And then walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Keep your feet this wide and clasp your fingers behind your back. You got the finger clasp, you can soften your knees any amount and then start to drape your knuckles up and over your head. And then tip some weight toward the front of your feet. That's not too hard for me here. I'm like on a slope, so I'm already tipping without having to. But you just want to feel like you're shifting your hips over your heels rather than pressing your butt back behind you. And take one more breath in. Exhale, release your hands to the mat and bring your feet back to hip distance. Stay in your forward fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Keep your fingers down or on your shins. Exhale, fold in, forehead to shins. Again, inhale, lengthen. Find that same shift toward the front of your feet as you lengthen. Exhale, fold in. One more time, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. And then staying here at the back of your mat, inhale to rise, come all the way up, reach up, look up, palms touch. So beautiful. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in and walk yourself forward. Come to plank pose, top of a push-up. So again, same hands as in your tabletop, fingers spread, wrist creases in the same line. Hold here in plank, so get your arms nice and straight. Squeeze the inner edges of your hands toward each other. At the same time, wrap your upper arms back. Engage your core, so just make sure you're not dumping down through the low back and you're not poking the butt up in the air. You're in a nice line. You ladies look great. No men today. Take an inhale. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. So we're gonna just shift in and out of plank a couple times so your feet shouldn't have to move too much. So find the place where they feel good in down dog. Inhale, shift yourself into plank. And exhale, back, downward facing dog. So again, okay, I'll try to talk louder. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Thank you, Donna. Exhale, back, down dog. Oh, now because there's a gardener too. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, back to down dog. This time, inhale up on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or lightly hop to the top of your space. Inhale. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. I mean, you didn't hear me say put your leg behind your head and do a handstand? No, just kidding. Inhale, reach up. That's for another day. With your right hand, take your left wrist. I'm going to try to mirror you. Reach long and side bend to your right. It feels weird to not mirror you. Inhale, come up to center. Switch your clasp, stretch long. Side bend to your left. Inhale up to center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Step your left leg back. Come to a high lunge. Good, you guys. And we're going to twist open to the left. So on your inhale, left arm up to the sky. Right? Is that right? Or is that your right? Okay, forget it. I'm just going to do what I say. You guys have your right foot forward. We'll twist to the right. That was short-lived, that plan. Okay. Hug your right hip back. Lift your left thigh high. I swear I've been teaching for a few years. Stretch your top arm up and over your ear. Get long. Keep twisting open to the right. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release. Bring the right hand down and then just straighten out through your right leg. So coming into a long pyramid shape. Both legs are straight. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold forehead to shin. And just stay here for a couple of breaths. Make sure the inside edge of your right foot stays rooted down. Your right hip draws back. And then inhale, look forward. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Really, they need to be doing that this early? Inhale, reach up. With your right hand, take your left wrist, stretch long, and side bend to your right. Or my right, I don't care really. And then twist in a little bit. So gaze down toward the right, toward your thigh, toward the mat. Let your left shoulder roll in a little. Inhale, open it up, reach up. Switch your clasp, stretch long. Side bend to the left. And again here, just kind of round in a little bit. Change the stretch, draw your belly back. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Okay, I got to get it right this time. Exhale, step your right leg back, right? That's right. Come into your lunge. Check that your left knee is over your left ankle. Keep your right thigh high and then twist open to your left. So when you're here, draw the belly back and in. Think pubic bone to navel. Keep that right shoulder rolling back. Keep peeling open. Inhale, stretch your top arm up and over your ear. Take one more breath in. And exhale, let the left hand come down, let the left leg straighten out. So back to that long pyramid shape on this side. Inhale, lengthen your spine, keep hugging the left hip back. Exhale, release forehead to shin. If you needed to adjust your back leg in any way, you can. Inhale, look forward. Place your hands flat this time and then step back into plank pose. Inhale, shift forward to your tips of your tippy toes. So let your shoulders come out a little in front of your wrists. Pause here and then chaturanga, knees up or knees down, lower all the way flat to your belly. I understand a little scooching around might be necessary. Take your fingers to the edges of your mat. Inhale, take a big wide cobra. Exhale, lower down. Two more like that. Inhale. Shoulders back. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands back flat alongside your rib cage. Tuck your toes either to tabletop or straight up to plank. Nice, Tara. And back to downward facing dog. So take a couple extra breaths in your down dog. Feel free to wiggle around, pedal it out. I'm gonna see if anybody else is on my Zoom. Can't see. Inhale, come up on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop to the top of your space. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Sorry guys, I lost my air. Exhale, hands to your heart. We should be back. Okay, Surya A, here we go, couple rounds. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float it back. Take your time, lower slow, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. I think it's the down dog that shakes it loose. Good. Stay for a couple of breaths. Really press forward through your fingers, lift up through your hips. Draw your belly in. Inhale up on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop to the top of your space. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, let's go again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha, lift halfway. Exhale, fold in, place your hands flat, step it back into plank. Take your time, shift forward and lower, nice Dana Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, back, downward facing. Good, you guys. Good with the shoulders. Nice with the breath. Take a couple extra breaths. Inhale, come up on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or lightly hop to the top of your space. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Just one more. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in, step back to plank, or you can hop back to chaturanga anytime. Take your time, lower slow. Inhale. Exhale, downward face. And stay here in this down dog. Take another couple breaths. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Exhale, bring your knee in, try to touch your nose, maybe shift all the way to plank. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg lifts. This time, knee to nose and pause. Shift forward as much as you can and step your right foot up by your right thumb. Rise up, crescent pose. So staying high on the ball of your back foot. Best you can. I know it's like finding that sweet spot where you can balance. My foot's on a big tree branch, I think. Good. Draw your waistline back and in. Hug your right hip back. If you need to bend your left knee a little bit for balance, you can. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, hands to the mat, standing split at the top of your mat. You're standing on your right foot, your left hip, your left leg is lifted, your hips are level. That's so much better. Okay. Hug your right hip back. Stay here, come up onto your fingertips if you're not already. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, fold in. So just kind of like into a grounded warrior 3. Inhale, lengthen your spine, kick back with your left heel. Exhale, fold. One more time, inhale, lengthen. This time as you exhale, step back into a lunge. Plant your hands, step back into a plank. Maybe you keep your right leg lifted as you lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back, downward facing. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. Last time, knee to nose. Shift forward toward plank. Look where you want your foot to land and step your left foot forward. Stay high on the ball of the right foot. Come on up crescent. You can pass through hands on hips or hands on your thigh if you need to. The little fuzzies of my hair get like stuck in the AirPod and then it feels like it's gonna fall out. Good, reach long through the sides of your waist. Draw your belly and low ribs in. Stay for 4, 3, good, soften your shoulders any amount, 2, 1, hands to the mat, standing split. Maybe take a look back at your right toes and make sure they're facing down toward the mat. And then from here, come up onto your fingertips. Inhale, lengthen your spine. So think from hips out through the crown of the head, torso long. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more time, inhale, lengthen. This time as you fold, step back into your lunge, plant your hands, step back to plank or maybe three-legged plank with the left leg lifted. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing. Okay, so take an extra couple breaths in this down dog. Just want to check in over here, see if I can see what's going on. Inhale, come up on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Step, step, or lightly hop to the top of your space. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Okay, so we're going to try. What do I still have this thing on? I'm so used to wearing it all day long. Okay, let's take this off. We're going to take tree pose, standing on your right foot first. So find it good. We're going to do both sides. We're not going to flow it into a sequence or anything. So especially for you guys, find just a good spot on your mat. We can plant your right foot, feel evenly rooted, big toe, pinky toe, and heel. And then go for it, either low, medium, or high. So the balance is not good. Today we go with try a little like kickstand or calf, or help it up there, right? And it's okay to wiggle around and fall out, right? We're here amongst all these big trees, so we had to do a tree. Yeah, you don't have to lift your arms up. You can keep them at your heart. Good. I like to extend my branches. So stay for 4. Think about growing super tall, like the foot on the ground is the roots, and you're growing up from there. 3, 2, 1. Hands through heart center. Let it go. Shake it out, and we'll do the other side. Stand on your left foot, and remember both sides are different, right? So never know where the balance is going to be or not be. Find your tree. Never know if you picked the slippery tights today or not. Good. So reaching up, you can even bring, whoa, the breeze came through. I could actually say that. I always say that in the classroom as a joke, but today it's really breezy. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Take it out, take it off. Okay. Come back up more near the top of your mat if you moved. Chair pose. So feet hip distance and parallel, or let your big toes touch with your heels a sliver apart. Sit low, retie. So think about not only your butt moving back, your shins are moving back, you're almost dragging your heels back toward the back of your mat. You can just sit, sit, sit into your little baby chair. Hold for 4, draw your belly button in, try to squeeze the sides of your butt. 3, 2, 1, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in, step your left leg back. Spin your left heel flat. We're gonna rise up, warrior 2. I like to wiggle into front heel to back arch before I come up, and then come up, warrior 2. I know that ring. Okay, press your right knee open to the right, move your left thigh back, extend your arms parallel to the mat. Nice, ladies. And then just sink into the pose and come back to what we talked about at the beginning, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. So in this pose, torso is nice and upright. Find that breath up and down your spine. And then inhale, hinge forward, Badakanasana, side angle. You can rest your right forearm on your thigh. If you brought a block, you can grab your trusty block and place it inside or outside of your right ankle. And then really peel open. So you're leaning back, you're squeezing the right side of your butt back towards your left heel, and at the same time moving your left thigh back. Reach your top arm up and over your ear, get it kind of close to that ear, and then flip the palm toward, well, I guess I can say it now, toward the person behind you, because you guys have a person behind you. Somebody. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release both hands to the mat. Step back to plank and pause in your plank pose. And then everybody hover your right foot off the mat. And then try coming to your left fingertips. And if that feels good, maybe try lifting your left arm forward. I don't know if I could do it without tipping. A little bit. Nice, Tara, that was good. Okay. Okay, come back to plank and vinyasa or straight to down dog. So your choice. If you want another chaturanga, take it. If you just want a down dog, I feel ya. Inhale, lift your left leg, and I mean the left leg, to the sky. Exhale, step your left foot forward, set your right knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So we're switching sides just because we're stretching the front of the right thigh. That was the one that was bent before, so now it's stretching. I won't keep you here that long because I know it might be kind of rocky. Doesn't feel too bad over my area. Take one more inhale. Exhale your hands to the mat. Step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to rise. I'm feeling it out myself too. Like at home when I was trying to plan class, I'm like, I don't want to make them put their knee down too much or this bone or that bone. Like, I don't know what it's going to be like. Chair pose. Sit low, retie. Make sure you see your toes out in front of your knees. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold and step back with the right foot, come to warrior two. So step that right foot way back, right heel spins flat, left foot might need to wiggle a little to the right. Come on up, warrior two. And adjust your feet as necessary, right? Whether it's to lengthen your stance or to find a more flat footing. And then open your left knee more to the left, press your right thigh back. Didn't have to be manual. I'm always like this. Bring your torso back over your hips if it tried to go forward. We're going to do that in a sec. Oh, I love it. I love it, Mickey. Oh. Inhale, hinge forward. Rest your left forearm on your thigh, or again, maybe find your block. Did anybody go buy props from Prema? Good opportunity. Sad, but it was a good opportunity. Good. So keep scooping the left side of your butt down a lot. Draw your belly button in, your low ribs in. Reach long through that right arm. Stay for 4, 3, 2, 1 more inhale. Exhale, release, step back into plank, and then pause in your plank. Shoulders are over your wrists, arms are strong and straight. Bring that left foot off the mat, just hover the toes, not too high. Get strong here and then try to come up onto your right fingertips, which is challenging enough. Or lift your right arm, try to reach it forward, find a little cross diagonal balance. Nice. Okay, one more inhale. And exhale, release the toes, release the palm. Again, vinyasa or not, your choice. Sometimes it feels good to take that little flow just to cleanse. Sometimes it feels good to go straight to down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot forward, set your left knee down, find a comfy spot. We're all going to be getting those little coasters after this for the park. Have you guys seen those little yoga? I don't know what they're called, but they look like kind of like a big coaster, and people put them under their knees. They're like a little foam thing, and they're made for yoga for this purpose. I call them yoga coasters, but maybe they have a name. Reach long through the sides of your waist, sink a little bit deeper, lean a little more back. Take another inhale, exhale, hands to the mat, step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's see. It's weird not having a clock too. I can't read the sun. Okay, so we're gonna do another little standing balance stretch. So building on our tree pose, we'll stand on our right foot, pick your left knee up in front, and then this time we'll take the left leg into figure 4. So crossing the left ankle all the way over the right knee, and then start to sit back. So flexing your left foot, and then sitting back like there's a chair behind you. So funky chair is generally what I call this if you've taken my class before. Keep flexing that left foot. Sit as deep as you can to feel the stretch in that left piriformis. Stay for 4, 3. If you need to bring your hands to the mat for balance, of course you can. 2, 1. Slowly come up. Check it out. You guys have good balance on this park. Whatever you want to call it, grass, land. Okay, pick your right knee up in front. It's a good spot to stand on. Find your figure 4, flex your right foot, and then start to stick your butt back as you sit down. And again, hands could come to the mat, to a block. Keep pushing your butt back, same thing, butt back, shin back, left heel back as you sit. Stay for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly rise up. Take it out. Okay, here we go. Back to chair pose with 2 feet on the ground. So again, feet hip distance or big toes touching. Sit low, reach high. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step it back or float it back. Flow through your vinyasa. We'll meet at down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot forward, warrior 1 this time. Right foot forward, left foot flat, and then we rise up with our hips still facing the front. Can always take more space left to right with your feet, right? If you feel a little bit on a tightrope, like you can't move your hips around, you can move the right foot to the right or the left foot to the left. Yeah, any arms, right? Sometimes I cue special arms, but. And then really contain that front body. Think front body to back body. Sit a little deeper. Take an inhale. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, humble warrior. Folding down to the inside of your right leg. If you're folding over your right thigh, that's okay too. Try to get to the inside. Draw your knuckles up and over. At the same time, hug your right hip back a lot. Stay here, belly in. Check your back leg. Is it straight? Is it strong? For 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your hands to the mat. Bring them to the inside of your right foot. You can take your right foot a touch more to the right, and then pivot onto the ball of your left foot. Either hang out here in lizard or drop your back knee if you're comfortable dropping your back knee. You can come down onto your forearms. You can use a block. If forearms are accessible, I recommend forearms. But if not, just stay on your hands. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths, just getting into the right hip and the left hip flexor. So bring your front foot more forward so your knees over your ankle. Yeah. Good. Couple more breaths, just soften your shoulders. And then from here, come back onto your hands. Keep both hands to the inside of your right foot. Lift your left knee and then step your left foot up into Malasana squat. So your left foot's gonna step outside of your left hand and we're in our little yogi squat. If you want to be yogi squatting on a block, if you brought one, that's okay too. So sit up nice and tall, keep engaging through your core. Stretch your right arm out to the right and keep it connected to the inside of your right leg. Peel your left arm open. If you want to half bind with your left arm, you can do that as well. If that feels good in your body, sometimes that just happens in this pose. Take one more breath in. And then exhale back through center. We'll do the other side. So left arm stretches out, left arm and left leg connect. Right leg keeps pressing open. And open up. And half bind if you want. And stay for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that go. Place your hands down and just come into Uttanasana, forward fold. Start to straighten your legs, heel toe your feet back to hip distance. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, back through the other side. Chair pose, sit low, reach high. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in, step it back, plank pose. Take your time, lower chaturanga, hug your elbows in, try to keep your shoulders lifted. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step forward, warrior 1. So left foot steps forward a little more to the left of center, and we rise up. And again, take your time. If bringing your hands to your hips helps you move your hips forward, do that. Check in with your back leg. Make sure you don't have a bend in your right knee, that it's really long and strong. Good. All us warrior princesses today, right? Okay, one more inhale here. Exhale, clasp behind your back. If you can figure out which way is the opposite way you clasped from before, do that. If not, it's okay. Inhale and exhale, humble warrior. Take your time, slowly fold in. Try to snuggle the left shoulder inside of the left knee, and then use the resistance to hug the left knee, left hip back. Right leg super strong and straight. Stay for a couple more breaths. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your hands, bring them to the inside of your left foot. Maybe give yourself more space to the left. Right knee can stay up or drop down for lizard. And then if you can, lower to your forearms. If you can't, stay up on your hands. Oh, the little squirrel wants to come to class. We have nothing for you. One day during this whole COVID break, my family, my husband, my daughter, and I went to the beach. We brought food and sat on the beach to eat, and we got surrounded by the seagulls. I mean, and my daughter was freaking out, like that seagull was this close to the towel, like it wanted, like they were like converging. They never got anything. She was freaking out. That's what that squirrel just reminded me of. Okay, from here, come back up onto your hands. Again, we're gonna step forward. So lift your right knee, step your right leg up, come back into that squat. And then, so just for about probably not even a minute, but option here to just stay in your malasana, maybe close your eyes and breathe, or try Badakanasana, crow pose, if that is in your practice. If most of you have probably done it before. I know the class is called Basics, but seems like most of you have done yoga, a lot of yoga classes before. Plant your hands. I know you guys on Zoom have all done this, the 3 of you that I see there. Knees into your armpits, hug your elbows in, find that shift forward into your fingertips, and then maybe floating the feet up. And really, if you're up here, hug the elbows in, try to really engage through your core. Nice, good job, ladies. Good, nice choices. Everybody's making their choices. Donna made her choice. I love it. This is so nice, you guys. It really is. It really is. We can do one of those, but like plow pose. Okay. Sorry. Okay, stand it back up, you guys. Everybody come up. That would be funny. Not funny, but not funny. Okay, one more little flowy, sequence. 90 minutes is a lot. Back to chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, either through a vinyasa or just take it into down dog. Your choice. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky and open up through that right hip. So now you have the chance to turn the right toes to the right. You can bend your knee, keep it straight, circle the ankle, take what you need. Keep lifting your hips up and back like down dog. And then inhale, level off your hips. Exhale, step forward, warrior 2. So we've been here before, but we stepped back, now we step forward. Find your warrior 2. From here, inhale, reach your right arm straight up to the sky, your front arm. And then with your left hand, take your right wrist like we did at the beginning, stretch long. And then side bend back, so reverse warrior with this clasp. Just reaching back, using your left hand to really lengthen that right arm back. Keep bending through your right knee. Keep that nice big side bend going. And then inhale, bring it back up to warrior 2. Straighten out through your right leg. Hinge forward, triangle pose. So again, where did my trusty block go? A block might come in handy here. And then we open up. So good. So both legs are straight. Try to bring your right arm to the outside of your right leg if you can. And then use the resistance of your arm against your leg just to keep you in place. So the inside edge of your right foot stays down. At the same time, you scoop the right side of your butt under. Lengthen up through your left fingertips. Stay here for a couple more breaths. We're gonna rise back up to warrior 2. Bend your right knee. Inhale, come back up to warrior 2 just for a beat. And exhale, both hands back down to the mat. Stay here in your lunge. We're gonna come to pigeon pose. So from your lunge facing forward, start to walk your right foot over toward the left. Set your right shin down. Extend your left leg back as much as you can. And then come into pigeon. You can bring your head all the way down, or I understand if you're close to the grass and that's not what you want to do. So just try to soften your gaze, soften everything that you can. Hug your right hip back As you draw your left hip down toward the mat. Couple more breaths. I set the timer, so I'm watching the timer. Enjoy the little breeze we have. And if you're at home, maybe with your eyes closed, you can visualize a little soft breeze blowing over you. Couple more breaths. Really? Okay, inhale, peel yourself up. Take yourself back into downward facing dog. Lift your right leg, shake it out. And then release your right foot next to your left in a full length dog. Inhale, lift your left leg to the sky and open your left hip. Take your time, keep sending your right heel back and down, hugging your right hip back. Yeah, get the wiggles out, really nice. And then inhale, level off your hips. Exhale, step forward, warrior two. The left foot up between your hands, right heel spins flat. Good, warrior two. From here, we won't stay in this one very long because we already did it. Let's bring the left arm up to the sky. With your right hand, take your left wrist, stretch long through your left side body, and then reverse your warrior. You can even round in slightly. So versus a back bend, I'd rather have it be a little more of a side bend with that folding in. And then inhale, come back up to center, release your arms, straighten out through your right leg, set up for triangle pose. So I usually have to shorten my stance a little bit before I come to triangle. Front heel to back arch, hinge forward, and then left hand comes down, right arm goes up. And you could use your shin. Just make sure you don't put all your weight onto that shin, that you press the shin back into the hand. So we're scooping the left side of the butt under, but at the same time moving the right thigh back, rooting the right pinky edge of the right foot down, lifting both kneecaps. Just enjoy this pose, lean back, and breathe. Okay, so start to really feel your feet pressing into the mat. Inhale, press down, rise up, warrior two. And exhale, both hands to the mat, high lunge, pivot onto the ball of your right foot, and then find pigeon pose on the left. So left foot wiggles over toward the right side of your mat. Good. Lengthen your right leg back, hug your left hip back. Just check and make sure your left knee is a little wider than your left hip. And then fold in. Try to go inward. So the way to make this pose a little more active is really to focus in on what the hips are doing. The left hip is pulling back. The right hip is dropping toward the mat. Right, shoulders can be soft. No scrunching the brow. A couple more breaths. Then we're gonna run. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's inhale, peel yourself up. One more time, take it back into a down dog just for a little shake out. Feels good. And then release, bring your left foot down to the mat and walk or hop your feet up to your hands and have a seat. Yay. That's aggressive over there, right? Hopefully they're done by Shavasana. You guys can't see, but there's some other fitness activity going on here at the park. Okay, so take your right leg, step it over your left. We're gonna do Ardha Matsyendrasana, so a seated twist. So right foot steps over, make sure the right foot really roots down to the mat. I'm gonna mirror you guys. I think I could do it. Okay, right foot steps over, left knee bends in. If you can't comfortably bend your left knee in and keep your right foot down, then it's more important to keep the right foot down. Okay, then we're gonna twist to our right. So right fingertips behind you. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. And twist to the right. You could drop your left elbow across or use it to pull your right knee in. Inhale, sit up tall. And then exhale, try to rotate your torso more to the right. So inhale, sit tall, sit forward, even press your right foot to the mat. And exhale, find your twist. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. Exhale here, wring it out. And then inhale. Exhale, unwind and come back through center. Stretch it out halfway. Okay, well, they'll be done by Shavasana. Step your left foot across, right? Yeah. It's like riding a bike. Bend your right knee in. Make sure that left foot stays down. Bring your left fingertips behind you, not too far back, right? So it's not like relaxed position. It's to help you sit up taller. Inhale and exhale, twist, either elbow across or using the crook of your elbow to twist. I hope she's okay. Maybe she just had to go at 10. She snuck out. I know. I mean, don't they? I guess I could see how that's a good area for running, but inhale. Turn on your yogi mind. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale, really twist. Pull the shoulders back. Inhale. And exhale, unwind, come to center. Okay, you can give them a little shake out. And then let's take Badakanasana. So soles of the feet together, knees apart. Get back into those hips. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, fold forward. Try to keep your spine nice and long. Keep pressing down through your knees. A couple more breaths. If you want to walk your hands forward, you walk your hands forward and pull yourself in deeper. Okay, inhale, slowly come up. And then come to, let's do some more work. Shavasana, boat pose. So you can have your knees bent and your shins parallel to the mat or stretch your legs out. We're gonna go down and up 8 times. So inhaling, lower, lengthen. Exhale, come back up. I know, find a good spot for your butt where it doesn't feel like you're on a rock. Lower and lift. You okay? Oh, the sun came, okay. Lower and lift. You finding a less sunny spot too? Okay. Lower and lift. Let's do 3 more. I know I said 8 and I stopped counting while everybody was moving. And lift. Let's go down for 2 and up. 1 more time. Pause at the bottom. Stay here. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Just let it go. Stretch long from end to end. And then let's come to a bridge setup. So you're already down on your backs. Bend your knees, feet about hip distance apart and parallel. We'll take 3 back bends, so they can be bridge, they could be wheel, they could be supported. I know not a lot of you have blocks, so supported is probably not really happening today. But at home, if you have blocks, go for it. Feet hip distance, arms by your sides, either palms down or bent at the elbows. We'll press up into bridge pose, press into your feet, lift your hips, send your tailbone toward the back of your knees, and then try to wriggle your shoulders underneath you any little bit more. Maybe clasp your hands or pinch the outside edges of your mat. Stay lifted for 4 if you can. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower it down. We'll take a break before we do another one. You can just take your feet a little wider, let your knees knock together. Take a couple of breaths, not too much time in between or we get too comfortable. Okay, let's go for round 2. Bring your feet back to hip distance. Could be a bridge or a wheel. I'm just gonna do 3 bridges myself today with you guys. So lift up your hips, come to your bridge. If you wanna maybe make your bridge a little fancier, you can walk your left foot a little more toward the middle, draw your right knee in, and then stretch it up to the sky. You can watch a little bug crawl up your leg. That's nice. And then release, switch sides. No bugs on this leg. Okay, bend your knee. Wherever you are, lower your hips. Take a moment. This is nice. For those of you at home who aren't outside, just envision nice trees and a blue sky. Okay, 1 more back bend. Set up, get ready, press into the feet, lift the hips, wriggle the shoulders. Really nice, good. So if you have your arms clasped underneath you, you can press into your arms, maybe get a little more lift in your chest. Nice, there you go, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Again, everybody, just one more time, take your feet wide, knees together, neutralize your spine after the back bend. And then take a few windshield wipers. So keep your feet this wide, let your knees separate, and just rock side to side. And then from here, as when you're feeling even, hug your knees in and take a few easy rocks or just roll over to one side and make your way back up to seated. So however sounds easiest or best for you. Stretch your legs out in front of you. And then take your your right leg, sole of your right foot into your left inner thigh for Janu Sirsasana. So just like tree pose, which we did earlier standing up, same kind of setup, or just sitting down. From here, keep your left fingers out to the left. Inhale your right arm up to the sky. And exhale, hinge forward, reach for the outside edge of your left foot and fold yourself. So you're trying to turn your torso over that left thigh. If that's too deep of a twist for you, you can definitely just fold straight forward over the left leg. Think about lengthening, again, all the way from the hips out through the crown of the head as you fold. Couple more breaths. Inhale, look toward your toes, peel yourself up, and we'll switch sides. Next time, everybody's gonna be wearing these, right? Okay, so go ahead and bring the sole of your left foot to your right inner thigh, sit up tall, and then we'll stretch your left arm up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, try to twist your torso a little bit more toward the right, and then reach and fold. You can always hold your foot with both hands. I keep my one hand out to the side. For me, it gives me a little more leverage to twist my torso. Phew. Stay for a couple more breaths. Really try to wrap the left side of your rib cage over toward the right. Inhale, look toward your toes, peel yourself up. But what's next, you ask? Stretch both legs out in front of you. Good. So Paschimottanasana. So we're just taking a nice seated forward fold. Try to keep your feet active like they were in Tadasana, standing on the ground. Can roll your inner thighs back to get a more comfortable seat. Find a nice cushy spot on the grass. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. As always, lengthen as you fold, and then find a nice spot where you can be. Right, let the breath help you get a little deeper. Inhale, think length, and exhale, fold deeper. A couple more breaths. I thought, what? Inhale, slowly feel yourself up. Okay, well, maybe, where are we gonna go next week? Okay, come back down onto your back, you guys. Just slowly roll down onto your back. Okay, so from here, take your right knee, cross it over your left. Lift your hips, shift them a little to the right, and then draw your knees in and drop both knees over to the left. Take a nice twist. Lengthen out through your right arm, or you could bend it in cactus shape. Or you could keep it on your right hip if the grass is too tickly. Try to keep your right shoulder rooted down, your right hip moving forward. And breathe into your twist. A couple more breaths. And take one more big inhale. And exhale, unwind to center. Uncross your knees. And then cross your left knee over your right. Lift your hips, your butt, shift it a little bit to the left. Draw your knees in and drop them over to the right. Settle into your twist. Again, you can extend the left arm, bend it, maybe just bring it onto your top hip. A couple more breaths. Take one more inhale. And exhale, unwind, come back to center. So do we think that means they've got the two more? Okay. Trying to get them to finish before Shavasana. Okay. Take your right ankle, cross it on top of your left knee. So that same figure four shape we've done a few times today. But we're not going to do thread the needle. We're just going to take a stretch, a different stretch. So let your left foot walk to the left. Keep your right ankle connected to your left knee. And then start to drop both knees toward the right. So you're just kind of in a big, like an open figure four shape. So if you look down the front of your body, your hip bones are still facing the sky, and your left hip and your left knee are in the same line, like shoulder, hip, knee. Yeah, it's okay. I know, it's, once you get it, you get it. You want to be feeling a stretch down the front of your left thigh, like a nice hip flexor type stretch. And then reach your arms up over your head. With your right hand, take your left wrist and lengthen all the way up the left side. So from left fingertips all the way down through the left knee, getting long. Okay, one more breath in. And exhale, release. We'll switch sides. So just coming up through center, take your left leg into that figure four shape. Keep your right foot on the ground. And then wiggle your right foot over toward the right, to the edge of your mat or even slightly off your mat. Drop your knees to the left. If your left foot slid off your right knee and falls to the inside of your right knee, that's totally fine too. Try to line up from your right shoulder to your right hip to your right knee. And just open up into, it's like a open kind of a twist. Reach your arms up over your head. I know that sounds a little contradictory. And then with your left hand, take your right wrist, lengthen that right arm all the way back, bend the right knee all the way forward. Good. So the more you move your Let's see. Left foot to the left, probably the more you'll feel the stretch. On the bright side, well, we're going to have music for Shavasana. Okay, take one more inhale. Exhale, unwind, come back up into center. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Take a happy baby pose, soles of the feet toward the ceiling, holding the outside edges of your feet. Last one, best one. Okay, send your sit bones forward, maybe rock a little side to side. Just take what you need here. If there's any other finishing poses, something we didn't do that you want to do that you can do here on your back, like not getting up and taking a handstand or something, but you know, something calming. Maybe it's a straddle upside down or a plow or Supta Badakanasana. Take what you need for another few breaths. Now that's back on. You guys at home don't know, but it's park sounds. Oh, I'm gonna channel my inner yogi here. Okay, you guys, as you're ready, we're gonna find our way best we can into Shavasana. Maybe, yeah, maybe he'll turn that off. Maybe. How are we gonna do Shavasana? We gotta really try to meditate. There's like a blower for you guys who are at home and can't hear it. And he just decided to turn on for Shavasana. Channel the Karate Kids at the studio that we always hear during Shavasana. You can sit up, you can lie down, whatever seems right to you. Try to find a comfortable position where you can close your eyes. Right, try to just tune out the sounds. Let every little piece of your body relax. Let the breath go, let the mind just wander and rest. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Start to reawaken your body. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. As you're ready, reach your arms up over your head. Take a big, long, good morning stretch from end to end, fingertips to toe tips. And then gather your knees in. Either take a moment to roll to one side in fetal pose, or gently press your way up to a comfortable seat where we began, is where we will end. When you get there, if your eyes are open, just try to reclose them. Keep your gaze inward. And together, let's just finish with one big collective sigh. Take a deep inhale through your nose and pause at the top. Sip in a little more. And let me hear you. Big open mouth exhale. Let it go. I finally get to hear you. Bring your hands together at heart center, sealing in your practice. Gently bow your chin in towards your heart in a gesture of gratitude towards yourselves, your yoga practice, and the yogis around you. Thank you all so much for coming out this morning and sharing your practices with me. It was really great to see all of you. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great rest of your weekend. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming out. You know, I don't know if this is every week. Let's turn the recording off. But you guys are still there. So if you want to unmute, my friends out there in Zoom land, you can unmute.